Hi guys, and welcome back to my Sims Random Legacy Challenge. Not much has really happened since the last recordings. I've just sort of played on for a little bit, and you'll see here that we managed to save up enough money to get this kind of stall-like thing for Misty here, who's enjoying a little sleep. But we're still poor. What else is new? We now have a shower, so that's good. And we're still sleeping in separate beds. You will see here that we now have a trophy as well, which I think we gained in the last part that I recorded. So I've sat it out there, and there's a couple of bits of trash that needs to be taken out, and he was supposed to be doing that, but I think he's decided it's better to just leave it in the ground. So oh well. What I really want to show you is I've been working on this community lot here. Now, if I zoom out actually onto map here, you'll see where I put it. Originally, I was actually going to move the family in this lot here, but I decided against it and put them here and thought, in this 32 central square, it would be a good place to build a community lot. So I just want to show you what I've really been working on. There's a lot of stuff kind of going on, so hopefully it won't take too long to render. But what I'm looking for is just any name suggestions for this community lot almost. I was going to do it as a separate part, but, well, to be honest, I actually did record it, but it just wasn't very good, so I'm re-recording it just now. So you'll see here, we've got a few community, food merchants and stuff here already, working on the stalls. I think what I'll start with is I'll start up this corner here with the buildings, and make my way around in a clockwise direction. I think is probably the best way to do it. Now, we'll just let this load a little bit. Don't know if this lot's quite busy now, it doesn't really seem it. Just a few sims here and there. So, I've more or less been playtesting this lot, and I know that there's going to be, I believe it's a new store set that introduces the same kind of ideas that I've put in here, in that your Sims can run their own shop. I'm actually using a whole bunch of custom content to get this now, because I made this before that announcement came out. But I'm actually really excited to see what this is going to be like. Now, everything just looks such a mess because of how long it's taking to render the items. I think I'll just give a little description of what it is from the outside here while these basically decoration items load up. Now, I had envisioned here just a row of shops on the bottom floor here, because I thought, well, you know what, that might fit in kind of nicely in this whole idea that was going on. And the top row here, top floor, I couldn't remember the word I was looking for, is basically a mix of flats, a mix of, say, offices, private businesses, art studios, stuff like that. So I think what I'm going to do is I'll pause this recording here, let this load up a little bit more, and then I'll start back with the recording. Okay, so it's finally loaded up. What I did was I just brought Anthony here along to the lot and it started loading, so that's fine. Now you'll see here I've got just a couple of bits and pieces to add on to the whole atmosphere of the place, if you will, such as a street name, and I tend to download these kind of things in Simleash because it just fits better into the world for me. I believe all these, more or less the community objects that I've got here, such as the signs, the stalls in the market that I'll be showing you later, are all from around Sims 3, and that's such a brilliant custom content site. Like, I genuinely think it's one of my top 5 custom content sites, I would say. Now, I've also numbered the shops as well, and I decided that the bottom row would just all be, I think, the uneven numbers, and the top row, you'll see the entrance to that soon, but their numbers are all the even numbers, I think. So we'll just remember the button. Go ahead, we'll start here. Now, this is the just a little coffee shop. It's not much of a sit-in kind of coffee shop. It's not. Cannot speak today. It's not really a sit-in kind of coffee shop. It's more or less you go in, grab a coffee, grab maybe a couple. Well, I'm not sure what that is. Like a couple of slices of cake or whatever, and just set about on your day. So we've got here already. We've got someone working in here. This is Ariel Adamson. So I don't really want to test this while it's playing because it is quite an intensive lot and it doesn't really run too smoothly on my PC. So I more or less built it because I wanted to build something, and then I started it and I thought, well, I don't want to just leave it now, I need to see it to the end. So we'll just have a little quick tour around here. Over the camera view. This is actually pretty good for you to have a tour around. I'll just hit F10. Now, so it's very simple. A lot of the things that I tend to do is I make the walls very simple and I tend to put a lot of clutter down. This is just, well, I'm not really sure this fits in here actually now that I'm seeing it. Just a little deli platter, I think this would be. A little instant coffee thing, but I'm not really sure you would actually get that in a coffee shop. And we've just got one lone cake, one lone biscuit just sitting there, ready for someone to take away. And just your basic, fridge. A lot of it is move objects, using move objects on to combine it to that kind of effect here that I'm not sure I like very much. We've got some orange juice. I think that's a little pie, possibly. No, I don't know. A couple of dishes and just a couple more images. Now over here we've got what's supposed to be, I was like, where's the chair went? We've just got a sofa and 2 armchairs and a coffee table, really. Nothing too fancy there. And I really like this wall art. Okay. What's happened there? Why has it disappeared? Okay, that was very strange. Why are things not loading? Do I need to actually go inside this building here? I think I might need to. Which is kind of annoying. Everything having to load again as well. Yeah, so it doesn't run the smoothest on this computer. But hopefully I should have a new computer soon and I'll just put all the save games and stuff onto that. It'll take a while for me to get there, but oh well, I'll do it. Now over here you've got once it's all rendered nicely, you've got a couple of toilets. And not every building here has a toilet. That's the problem with me building it in such small confined spaces as I did, such as the grocery store here that I'll show you after this, is that not all of them have toilets basically. I'm not sure that is up to code for building practices here for shops, but you know what? If the staff need a toilet, they can all just come to the coffee shop, I suppose. Yeah, it looks really weird unrendered like this. What I think I might do actually is just switch to edit town mode and show it there. You don't get the whole environment of the Sims there hanging out, but it's not really running too well right now. Especially when I'm running with fraps in the background and stuff as well. Now, yeah, I'm looking for any name suggestions that you can think of for here because, I mean, 32 Central Square is okay, but I think it needs a name, more or less. If we go into build and buy mode, and there's a lot of aspects about it I don't like, a lot I'm probably going to change up, but I'm open to suggestions, anything like that, as to what I could improve on. I already know that you could kind of see here before the loading screen popped up, there's just a weird part in the back here that I'm not fond of. So hopefully, because there's no Sims here, it will render quicker, which it seems to have done. And now it's disappeared. And just get floating objects. Woo! Come on, don't let me down, Sims. Okay, now it's showing. I've really no idea what's happening here. It's just disappearing whenever I zoom in. It's as if it's a rabbit hole building almost, but it's not. Okay, now it's working. And yeah, it's loading much quicker than what it was before. Now we were in the coffee shop. So we've just got a couple of pieces of wall art here. I really like this one. I think you've seen a glimpse of it earlier, and hopefully it shouldn't take too long now. I think this is a custom item. Yeah, it is. I think this is from a creator on Tumblr, I believe. Once it, and for a second I thought I had it floating in midair there, but apparently not. Hopefully it'll load because I really do want to show it. Is the outside loaded yet? It doesn't seem like it. Those items seem to be loading there, so... Or no, they're not actually loaded because they don't have their textures yet. Okay, good. Those items have finally loaded. My god, it takes so long in this computer. And the camera angles I'm doing right now are so bad, I apologise for that. Okay, now we can see it. Yeah, I really like that. I'm not sure it fits into the whole coffee shop ideal that I had in my head, but I think it's just such a gorgeous print, and yeah, I love it. Now, again, I've showed that bit off earlier, and whoops, we went outside. And over here, we've got, well, I don't like the fact that they're clipping through the ceiling here. I tried to do a whole gallery wall approach here, but it's just a simple table, 2 chairs, little... Okay, what is happening? Am I hitting buttons by accident here? A little potted flower thing. And through here to toilets. They're not very gendered. I never put the gender door, or however you would kind of describe that. They're both pretty much the same, except this one I decided to just put on a little writing on the wall. I feel it just... because I mean most of the toilets, public toilets I seem to go in, have not so much tally counts, because I would not want to know what people are tallying up in the toilet, but they do have graffiti in them. I would hope that if it's in a coffee shop they would clean it off, but you know what, apparently this one doesn't. Now, we would go outside here, and here we've got a small little grocery shop, you can see here by the sign, and it's just through these doors here, and I believe this is building number 3. So we go in, and it's just really small. In fact, I'm probably better having it up at this view because of that. And just spin it around a little bit. Now you would get your basket from there, and it's a very cluttered grocery store. I'm not really sure I like how I've organised this out, so it's one of the things that I will be changing eventually. But you've got just a couple odds and ends in the shelf, and through here is your sort of frozen goods. And again, I made sure that everything I was downloading was in Simlish, just because I would get annoyed if it wasn't. So you've got like your frozen pizzas, I think that's lasagnas, some ice creams, some more ice cream, and more ice cream. And right here, some more shelves where you've got, I think, alcohol, that's Bounty, candy bar, oops, a couple more bits of chocolate, some more bits of, I think that's more bottles, small Perrier bottles, your sort of Evian water, probably saying that so wrong, some more baskets there. And now you'll see here, this is a chest of a bag of groceries. Now, what you can do is, and I found this out through this Around the Sims 3 site, is that your sim can put items in the chest objects on community lots. Say I were to purchase the property of this lot, I would be able to put my own items into the chest, and I believe I can earn money through selling stuff like that in one of these shops. I'm curious as to how this new store set is actually going to work out, if it's going to be an idea similar to this. I've not really tested around putting anything in the chests yet, but it is functional and people can buy, you know, things from these shops. Now, next to it, in number 5, we've got a tattoo parlour. And it seems very dark in here actually. Did I not put lighting? Oh no, I did. I'll just turn on. So it's very, very basic. You would maybe have loved ones or the next client just sitting through here, while through here, the person is getting their tattoo. And again, I actually don't like the fact that there's no toilet in this building. I feel for hygiene reasons I need to at least put a sink or something down here, because yeah, a couple of pieces of, I guess, flash art almost, things that I feel fit in well with the whole tattoo environment. Now, next to this we have here what I imagine to be a sort of granny cafe is what I like to call it. You know, those kind of cafes run by elderly women, and they just, all the furniture is just a mix, there's nothing really matching, and it's just very cosy. And I don't know if people will know what I'm meaning by this, but it's just what I imagine to be a sort of granny cafe. It's nothing, you know, it's nothing too, I don't want to use the word clean, because obviously when you're going into a cafe you want it to be clean, but it's very cluttered, very, just, I don't know, it's hard to sort of explain. It's better if I just show you off like this, like, you know, the very prominent wallpaper here, along with the kind of marbling and wood effects that we've got going on here. And again, the tables and that all sort of match, but not well with the counters. And I think we've got a small toilet through here as well. Again, nothing special. Excuse me. And outside, well, not outside, next along, we've got number 9 here. In fact, is there any wall art in here? I feel like I did put some in. Yeah, in fact, we've got some here. Just very basic prints, but again, I quite like them. I quite like that one actually. Have I got any around the other side? Oh, I don't like how that's clipping through the window there. Yeah, and we have just a little vending machine, you know, possibly for the kids. Okay, so out we go to number 9, and this is a florist's, and I actually need to download a whole lot more flowers and plants and stuff to put in here, because I'm not very fond of it much. Turn on. It's very simple, and I don't really like this wallpaper in this kind of shop. Sorry, my throat is actually going really dry. I'll need to take a drink here. So it's just very simple. A couple of plants and flowers up there. I don't have many in there because I didn't want to keep using the same flowers over and over again. And I suppose in a way it makes it seem as if people are buying some, at least in my head. And that's pretty much for the downstairs. Now behind here, in fact, it would be easier if I showed you from the side first. We've got a couple of advertisements on the side of this building. You know, advertising, I guess. I think it's supposed to be movies, clothing, powder or whatever. I think that's perfume and a camera. And just the whole idea of the dumpster for the businesses and the little electrical box and stuff. And even behind the building we have here just a little billboard to catch the eyes of people that are going up to their apartments and their businesses and stuff like that. So you would go up here, and I've actually tried testing this out, and for some reason my sim refuses to climb these stairs as if it's a blocked path. So I might switch that to a ladder instead, or even it might be because that's only one tile long. Now, we'll go in here, this is number 2, and this is a flat. So it's just very tiny, tiny hallway. And it's very basic. I kept the exterior brickwork and just brought it in the inside because I kind of like that look. In this little corner here, it's just a little study. I would imagine there would be a laptop or something that would go there. A couple of framed prints of, I guess, whatever that is. Is that a dog? Huh. Couch. I actually quite like that couch. I didn't like it at first, but it's growing on me. The TV. I find it so hard to try and think where to place the camera angle for this. Dining table through here. Oh, not through here, but right there. And through here is the bedroom. Now, for the windows over here, I didn't really put curtains or anything on because I felt you would want that. Well, I would kind of want that view, mostly because I'm nosy and would like to know what people are buying. Just sitting here and going, oh, the market looks very busy today. But I definitely felt the curtains were important for the rooms at the back of this little flat because you're going to have so much passers-by, and I was like, yeah, you wouldn't want that. It's a very simple bedroom. I tend to use that bed a lot actually. I'm going to need to change that up a little bit. Not really any TV or anything in here. And this is just the kitchen. You've got a little laundry section here. Now, I actually have a mod installed so that I was able to get the stove here. This was one of my worries when I started. I had this community lot planned in my head and I thought, well, The Sims 3 doesn't allow stoves on community lots. So thank God for this mod. I believe it's from mod The Sims 3. I haven't actually patched my game to the recent version that's came out because I'm not sure how well this mod works with the newest version because I don't think the creators logged on in a while. And I mean, I could always just download a decorative item cooker, and to be honest, I probably would have been easier than searching for a mod to do this, but I thought it would just look better than having none at all. There was a microwave in there, but I think I've forgotten to replace it. But you'll see here, we've even got a couple of odds and ends, such as a kettle, we've got a sachet of something. And again, I think I showed off the laundry part, which is just here. A couple of items of, well, not items, a couple of pictures of various Sims. A couple of posters. These are in English, which does tend to annoy me, but you know what, I'm leaving it. So, got the washer, the dryer, and the trash compactor here, as well as a bin there, which might need to get moved actually. Although it's not as if anyone's actually going to live here, so I suppose I don't care. And here we've got the bathroom, which again is really simple. And for some reason all these lights are switched off. I don't know if there's a way to turn on the lights in every room. It's like, were those on when I came up? I'm not even sure. Now, you would go out and right here, I'll turn this light on actually, we've got here in number 4 what I imagine to be a little lawyer's office. It's just one lawyer and his secretary working in a small little law firm. Just a basic desk, you know, you're sitting here working away. Your client can be sitting there waiting on the time to come in and see the lawyer. You're just like, yeah. I mean, I have worked in a lawyer's environment before. Now, me personally, I am not tidy like this. I would have paperwork everywhere. And then when a client comes in, try and cover up as much of it as possible because, yeah, you don't want that stuff showing. Now, I thought I had filing cabinets, but I couldn't seem to find them. So I'm just using bookcases and I'll pretend that's the files there. And we've got a clock up there. And they would come through here once the lawyer is ready and see their lawyer. And there is a light in here somewhere. I believe there's more. Yeah, there's more. I just can't seem to find them. Is that another one? Yep. So it's just a very, very basic lawyer's office, using the ambitions pack to get the whole detective clutter, because I feel it does work here. A little news clipping, I imagine this will be a case that the lawyer won and they're very proud of. And again, I would like filing cabinets for in here as well, but I'm sure I could find some if I downloaded them. But I just cannot be bothered searching through a whole bunch of custom content. Now, here at number 6 is where I got lazy. I could not think what I wanted in here at all. So I thought, leave it empty, stick a for sale sign outside of it, done. So any suggestions of what to put in there would be great as well. And in number 8 is a little art studio. It's very, I mean, I'd imagine that this print is one that they've done, maybe they're like a children's illustrator. I need to actually sit still here, I think. But again, it's not as if anyone's actually going to be using it. Or, you know, they might, but it all depends on if they can actually get up this bit here, which Sims are refusing to do. A couple more easels, a couple more, just a little bit of works of art. I really like that. I'm not sure where I would fit this in. It's for a beauty salon, but I liked it here with this whole brickwork. I think it would also maybe work well in a nursery, I guess. If you possibly imagine that as like Peter Pan and that is Wendy. Or possibly, I'm not sure, but I think it could work if you decorate it really well. And that's that for that, I guess, little building. I feel like I'm actually really rushing the tour, and I think it's just because I've recorded it before, so I'm not sure what to say. Now, again, you have some, I believe, a dumpster and stuff back here as well for the likes of the tenants of here to use. And you would come out, you've got rows of bins and stuff in front of here as well, bench there. So you've got bins, fire hydrant, a little city clock that I've used with, this is actually just 2 items that I've used move objects on with. Because, I don't know, they kind of work well together, it's not too bad. Phone booth, and here we've got a little church. It's nothing architecturally brilliant. It's not as good as so many churches I have seen people build on this game, which are just incredible, but I think this kind of works well in this little community lot. It's nothing, it's just a small church. I mean, there's not as if, I've laid it out like this, more or less, but I could not see a minister in here. I guess it's, what I need to do actually is put stills down at these instruments, even though I believe these are just decorations. Oh my god, I can only apologise, I really cannot speak well today. Oh, and we've got the whole prayer stool. I mean, I have no idea if I've laid out any of these right, but I think it actually kind of looks nice, I suppose, if you were to come in. Maybe? I don't know. I like it. And outside we have little gardens that I would like to think that anyone can sort of do their little fair share in. You know, water the plants and stuff if they want. Got a couple of decorative items here, the watering can, the rake. And I actually really like this part that I've done because I don't tend to do a lot of landscaping like this. I don't know, I like it. A couple more bits here and there. And I'm not 100% sure on this whole ledge thing because it's only really one story, but I don't know, it might grow on me. It's just I don't know what to do with this bit here because I don't, on the one hand I feel it needs to continue if only for this bit behind here, but on the other hand I don't think it needs to continue that long. And then what to do, yeah, I'm not sure what to do with that bit. Then we've got some little, I guess, blockades here so cars just can't come driving in. Bollards, I should say. And here we've got the little children's section of the park. Just more or less the same kind of things but different variations. We've got the tree house, the little climbing frame, another one there, the slide, and I've done just a little bit of again, terrain editing, I'm not really sure what we'd call that, terrain painting, just to add a little bits of mud underneath the likes of the climbing frame and the slide, as if there's been a lot of, I guess, foot traffic there, and you've got kids that are digging in with their heels right at this bit and picking themselves up, the same way at the slides as well. I tend to actually, if I am putting slides down, do this because, I mean, I think that's more or less what does happen if you've been using swings for a long period of time. This is what happened when I was younger in our garden. We just had bits in our garden that were complete mud, more or less, and then perfect grass around it, and that was from digging in at the ground to slow ourselves down. We've got the sand pit here with, again, move objects on just to move a little sand dragging thing onto it. We'll just put that back. And the seesaw with, again, some more terrain paints. Oh yeah, and I was forgetting about this one, the football net. And again, well, I put dirt there, but I'm not sure if you would actually get a whole lot of dirt there. I don't play football, so I would not know. And in fact, I'll start from this kind of bit here. I've made a little bus stop here. It's just very, very basic, but I kind of like it. I might move it to a different part of the park, possibly, because I'm not, well, would you really want a bus stopping here? Is it even on the right side of the road? These are the questions I did not think when I was building. But I like it. And down here as well, my god, my voice keeps going away. This is a sort of rent a bike section, and I'm going to need to put bikes there eventually, or possibly just imagine that everyone's rented a bike. That probably, I'll just pretend that's what happened because I'm too lazy to insert bikes down. And this little bit is probably my favourite part actually, which is just a little outdoor market. So starting this side, we've got the newspaper kiosk. So you can get off the bus, or while you're waiting the bus, go to a little newspaper kiosk, grab the latest sim news or a magazine, just something to read, a couple of books there as well. And then here we've got a little lemonade stand, an entrepreneurial kid possibly, just running their own little stand. Although I think it's actually an adult sim that works here, so I could be wrong. A little food cart, summer snacks concession stand, and a little fruit and veg stand as well, which I quite like. And round at this side we have the, I guess, baked goods. I think I made this. Now all these foods you can buy and they are edible. You can actually buy them in buy mode. I cannot really remember the sites that I downloaded them from. More than likely around The Sims 3. And I think there was a Tumblr site or so that I might have got them from. Again, apologies, I can't really remember. I guess this is sort of a vintage goods stall, stand, whatever. Some books for sale, little bits of ornaments, stuff like that. I'm not really sure about this cart, but I'm leaving it, really. And here we've got, again, another summer snacks concession stand, and this is going to be, maybe you could get a caricature drawn here, the artist will sit here, your sim sits there, just sketch a little quick portrait, or maybe they're selling some of this artwork that's sitting along here. And if that's not enough for you, there's a photo booth. So you can get drawn and then go get your photo taken. So I quite like this lot. It's probably the most ambitious of community lots that I've done. I don't really like building in such big lots. I tend to favour smaller lots to build on. But I do like how it turned out, but there's a lot that I would change. And it's not very playable for me at the moment. But I like it. So we'll just dive back into the... What's the family called that I'm playing with? I cannot remember. This is going well. Because it feels like forever since I've actually sat down to play The Sims. This is why I'm forgetting everything again. I've been getting over having a sore throat, and it feels as if it's coming back, which is really annoying for me right now. It might just be I haven't really drunk much today, so it could just be down to that. And for the life of me, I cannot remember the last name of this family. The only name of the Sims that I'm playing with right now I can remember is basically the horse Misty. And that's just because Misty is brilliant. I love Misty. Like, I couldn't decide when they had a whole lot of money coming in from her work. I don't think she's really had... Is it Jennifer? Is that her name? I don't know. I don't like saying her, but when the woman of the house was going out to work, she brought in around 400 simoleons from when I was playing but not recording. And I sold a couple of things in her house as well, and I was like, well, do I buy them a cooker or do I buy a better place for Misty? And you know what? I chose a horse. It's a horse every time. Is it the Grove? The Grove family? I think it might be. Why can't I remember? Grove, yay! Just continue, it's fine, not much has really happened. I say it's fine and knowing my luck this game will crash. So, what's his name? Anthony! Yes, I knew that. And it's Jessica. Jessica, Jennifer, they're all the same. So, I'm going to leave this part here, I think. Any suggestions for what to call that community lot? I apologise, it sounds as if I rushed that so much, and I was actually trying to slow it down. It's just my throat. When I started recording, then I noticed my sore throat, and I thought, well, I don't want to have to sit down and re-record this part again, when I think this is about my third attempt at it. So, thank you so much for watching. I'll look at any suggestions you have, and I'll pick my favourite one, and I'll just name the community lot whatever it is that you've thought. And I think in the next part, they're not very... They don't really tend to have much money just now, but I do want to get them started in making a family, as Misty has won, I think, a race or two now. I believe she came second in a race that happened off screen. So I'm relying on Misty to be my moneymaker. And when did Misty meet a tourist? Oh wait, I think that might have been the last part. Possibly. I think so. It's just weird that none of them met her, but Misty did. And yes, that's this for this part, and thank you so much for watching. Thank you for putting up with this voice. It sounds so weird right now. And yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye!